Greetings. Greetings. We got two people on. Let me switch over to comments so I can see it. I am One Divine at your service. How you doing today? Where are we at? Comments. Comment where you're coming in from. Okay, we got a little switcheroo today. How's my sound? How's my sound? I haven't used this Yeti mic a lot. Trying to up the game. Up the game because the light team is taking the mic. The light team is taking the mic. In case you haven't noticed, we are the media. We're the media now, and it's only going to get rolling even more. Now there's just one on. I already scared somebody. I haven't even gone off yet. I got a Lemurian one, too. This one is going to represent Valerie Elster today because she's not able to come on with me. It's a little bait and switch, and show must go on. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk about some stuff, and then I'm going to go. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl. How's it going? We got Liverpool, UK in the house. Where else we got? What? How's my sound? You can hear me okay? Woo-wee. Happy Friday. Happy Hanukkah for those who celebrate first day of Hanukkah. I think, yes. Yo. I got a yo. I don't know who that's from. Whew. Yeah, a little switcheroo. Valerie this morning is vomitous. She's not doing well, not feeling well, not able to come on and talk about what we were going to talk about, which we don't script anyway. We kind of just open up the container and see what comes through. We do have some, oh, hey, Strongheart, what's up? We got Shasta in the house. Going to talk about that too. I'm going to talk about a few things. Welcome. I just want to begin this by calling in the sacred, calling in my I am presence, calling in your I am presence, calling in Mother, Father, God, calling in all of our guides, angels, dragons, galactic family of light. Hi, Sarah Jane. Good evening from the UK. Welcome. I am One Divine, and I'm the founder mama of the Mothership Alliance. The Mothership Alliance is a gathering of family of light who have a specific plan, strategy, structure, containers for elevating our work, whatever we're being called to do or make or present or where we're supposed to go. A way for us to do things together that would be more difficult to do alone. And I felt like saying that because that is the time that we are in right now, that we need to really lock into our family, our blood family, and our light family, our tribe. Good morning, Anne. Love me some St. Anne. She's a major guide of mine. That was an operation by the family. That whole thing. And it was Galactic family, and it was light family, and it was not really reported accurately about what that was about, but it's still unfolding, right? To bring the Christos, the Christ consciousness embodied. And embodiment is what is the main theme of what I wanted to talk about today. And this might be a little like more intense. I don't know where this is going to go, but I can get intense, and I feel intense at this time because this is an intense time. And I gave an update to my crew on our private social media platform a couple days ago, and I hadn't spoken in a while. I have not spoken publicly since before equinox, other than like a little Instagram thing or whatever, when I did a little test to see if the censorship algos were still running. If you say ASTORM is coming, you will get flagged because that is language speak of a certain group, a PSYOP group which is there to put words so that they can round you up in a net. It's true. I tested it. It was affirmative. No political speak, no nada, just a song that said those words because it is coming though. Yeah, intense is good right now, Sarah Jane, right? It's time to get intense. Intense in your faith, intense in your actions, intense in your reprogramming, anything that is not serving you. When I spoke last, it was prior to equinox. I have been guided on a route since the end of June of grid working, of gathering with family of light in person, in the flesh. And that was my directive when I went out. I've stayed in various places and gone through various power places, places I didn't expect to be taken, from the Redwoods to LA to Sedona to Hopi lands with the Kachinas outside of Flagstaff, Santa Fe, Mount Shasta, back again to Santa Fe, which is where I'm coming to you from today, and where it's going to go down for 1212 portal with in Taos, which is a Stargate there. Here too. Powerful lands here. Powerful, powerful. And they have me here for a reason. They will have you wherever you're supposed to be with whoever you're supposed to be at this time. But I'm sure many of you are feeling very like it's about to boil over, perhaps. Yesterday was a squeeze. I don't know about you. I was very tired. I'm not new to this energy rodeo and what goes on and the algorithms that run. And I always know, right? Strongheart said it yesterday, black hole, white hole. I talk about that. And that's what it was. Like I couldn't even get most of my work done or this up until the evening. I was flat out for the afternoon. And it was a squeeze. It was a mental squeeze. It was an energetic squeeze for coming through. We are on the precipice of a massive portal, a massive, powerful opportunity for us to gather and amplify our energies for this shift, for this ascension timeline, and for what's going on right now. Cheryl says, yes, I feel like something big has happened that we're not fully aware of yet. Yes, and it's continuing to happen. I'm just going to talk about what is coming in for me, and maybe similar things are coming in for you. Maybe other things are coming in for you. But there's battles going on besides the Middle East, as we know. The awareness, like I pulled this clip. Do you remember that like really weird movie that went viral, and it was like they forced the eyes open, forced them to look, and if they looked, then they were like dead or something. I don't even remember. It was a bird something. But it's like that right now. We're being forced to look. We're being forced to bear witness. We're being forced in that. Many, many people are still hiding. Many, many people still in the spiritual community are hiding. Many people in the spiritual community are being targeted by others in the spiritual community for hiding. And maybe they're not hiding. Maybe they are strategically doing things on the ground behind the scenes that you're not aware of. So don't judge, right? But if you are hiding, it'd probably be a good idea to bear witness to all of it. I have gone everywhere. I have been watching for weeks, everything. I was here at the eclipse in Santa Fe with the grandmothers and Florida Mayo and some of the original 13 and many others. It was so powerful. And when they say the grandmothers speak, that one I'll just put a pin in that for later, for the crones and the elders, the grandmothers, and what they're bringing right now and how they're gathering. Hi, Hannah. There's so much going on, and all of this red roses, stop, smell them. I've got water here. I've got an altar here. I'm keeping it all sacred and powerful. And thank you for joining me today, because there are some things coming through that I want to share. And I'm seeing other people coming through, but like backing up the truck to talking about bearing witness to what's happening. I don't just bear witness from social media channels that all think the same way I do, you know, all on the same team. I'm going in rooms and places and accounts and talking with people who are on all sides of the equation. Horrifying mindsets. People that have commented on like one post that I shared about children being killed. And it wasn't picking a side because OD's on humanity's side. And when I was sent out and Equinox, when I was guided to work on that all year long, and what the ground crew and the air crew of our Earth Angels did for Shasta, it was huge. And one of the things that I was shown was that was a flip. We flipped over a switch, right? We are in the driver's seat now, even if it doesn't look like it, right? We absolutely are. And all of this coming up, bringing awareness from the war that's happening in the Middle East to all of the other unbelievable atrocities that are happening right now, has served. It has served to surge the divine feminine and the dark feminine within, to say no more. The words that I have on the Mothership Alliance homepage, enough is enough. And we are here for the mother mission. The mission of all mother missions is to clean this house. It is time to clean this house and to end it all. And to flip to our new earth we're talking about. Those who are like, we're going to go to Blessed Gaia and it's going to be unicorns and rainbows and everybody's going to be in a dark timeline. I would rethink some of that. When we are here to anchor heaven on earth, what does that mean? It means embody it. And many of you are. Thank you. Thank you. We all are in our ways, trying to live in different ways and trying to do this. But that also includes bringing our magic into our stones, into our water, bringing our crew together. I mean, the divine feminine, many of the dark feminine right now are roaring, and this is the time. I'm going to be in Taos. Valerie Elster, who is on the couch right now, is going to be with me. She's coming. Kimber Paye is coming. We've got women in Taos that are unbelievable. Earth technologists, priestess, healers, gathering in circle, and these powerful lands and powerful stone circles that have been built with technology of all the different stones. And that is being called for right now, big time. Earth magic, water magic. Whoop. Okay. Really having us work with the water. Kudos, I shared it. Those who have organized an 8-day prayer event for the waters, with the waters, encouraging people to get in the waters, pray to the waters, hold the waters. Very, very powerful work. Yes, Cheryl says, remember the message, set thine house in order. Thank you, Cheryl, because that is true. When all of this started coming down, I was feeling it. I was seeing it, right? Even knowing, right? I was guided. Many of us knew something big was coming. When I was here at the end of the grandmother event and at the beginning of another event that was The Last Ecstatic Days, a film about death, it documented a man going through dying process and the death doulas that were with him and making it spiritual and conscious and beautiful. And I was grateful to be here with the film crew and the Center for Conscious Living and Dying that was established because of him in Asheville. But at that time, the reason I'm bringing it up is because I was in a room and I was tuning in, and all of a sudden it was dark feminine, dark mother dropping in and showing me. This was at the October, just after equinox. I remember it was a Sunday. I'll never forget, full body, all in, that death was coming. That I've always known that. Many of us have always known that. but I was getting, it is here and it is coming and it is for real. And that we need to be prepared and get our houses in order to be of service, to hold space, to transmute, to do our earth magic, to get together in group alchemy and power it up, clean it up, and do whatever we can on the ground, real, not just chanting with stones and everything, ladies and gentlemen. Being of service in whatever way we can, contacting our senators for whatever that's worth. If enough of us do, they already are. People can say, oh, they're influenced by this pack, that pack, the other pack. You know what? At some point, that doesn't even matter. If we are en masse removing from their posts those who are abusing power, those who are abusing the money, those who are abusing the people, the earth, all of it. And I told you intense. I'm actually going to share a video that I loaded in here from Ellen Red. And that might be kind of intense for people, like it's, satanic archons, whatever. I'm telling you what, the words that she was bringing through and the sentiment and the energy from the divine feminine, from the dark feminine rising right now is spot on what I was receiving and feeling. Words and all, themes and all, repeated. It was the same channel. So I'm going to play it. Told you I'm winging it today. Here we go. I'm going to take me off and put Ellen Red on. But this is a channel, and this is what is coming through right now. I'm going to talk about some other stuff.
Dear Archons, dark forces on planet Earth and in the universe, we, the Divine Feminine Collective, are now here awakened, blood curdling out of our wombs. We are finished playing by your rules. We have watched our children and ourselves and our sisters and our mothers be raped, wounded, murdered, and sacrificed for your little tiny mortal pleasure. And we are now finished. We've come, we've risen out of the ashes, and we are ready to end your reign on earth. It's our time now. We have watched, and we've witnessed, and we've sat buried under the ash of the devastation you've left on this planet. We have watched as you destroyed our lands, our seeds, our children, our schools, our systems, our governments, our brothers and sisters, our air, our water, and our animal kingdom too. We are now finished playing by your rules. It's our rules now. The Divine Feminine Collective, the mothers and sisters and daughters of planet Earth, are awakening now, and there is nothing you can do to stop us. We have played by your rules. Your rules don't work, and it's very evident. We are not going to tolerate our children being unalived, being raped, being assaulted, being abused, being distorted and perverted and bastardized in your satanic ritual abuse. We're finished now with your games, and we're coming for all of you, every last one of you.
Ooh. Right? Cheryl says, oh my God, that message corresponds with Sekhmet. Cheryl's been riding the waves with me for a decade. And we've seen a lot of stuff. She's a very powerful seer in the astrals, and she and I correspond. I get things on the ground. Valerie gets more visions, voices, language coming through. I get signs, symbols, synchronicities, voices, gnosis, songs, but it's typically on the ground. And I will see things on the ground and then send them to Cheryl, and she's seeing them in the astrals. And it always corresponds as above, so below, right? But we're here to anchor this into the ground. I've been guided to grid in certain places literally just to create like a black hole to anchor. Many are being caught up in not acting or doing or going out there and having their voices out there because they're buying this program of like, oh, they're just trying to trap your loose. You're part of it. If you put attention on it, more war is going to happen. Well, really? Really? Are you not sovereign? Can you not hold your energy and direct where it's going? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. How about you loop up all that energy while everybody's out there and transmute it and put it and anchor it into the ground and put it into the light. Go to the grocery store. I went to the grocery store the night before last. It was very hard to leave the house and I didn't want to be around people. And I got in there and I was sad. And it took me a minute to realize that it wasn't mine. And I hate grocery stores anyway. The only one I go to, Trader Joe's, hats off, is one of the only ones that I go to because it's manageable. I don't have tabloids screaming at me. They're not scanning my shit. Anyway, hats off, Trader Joe's. I'm in Trader Joe's and I'm sad. I'm feeling the sadness and I recognize that it is not mine. And what I did and what I was guided to do in that moment was stand there right in the oil, right by the olive oil in the aisle. Right? Olives, pineal gland. And consciously breathe in and transmute the collective sadness that's in there. That's what us empaths can do with our engine. Or we can keep it inside, get sick. But we do have the power to move that through and transmute. I've been shown to pull it in like black smoke, and breathe it out and move it out into little fractalized rainbow pieces back to source. Imagine all of us doing this in every grocery run or anytime we're feeling something density that we need to do that. And also, speaking of density, the bullshit program where we're supposed to, it even runs subconsciously, even if we consciously know that we're not supposed to, we're going to be happy all the time. I found myself having a subconscious program running that I was doing something wrong or I wasn't masterful enough because I was feeling so crappy. So sad, so whatever. And some of it is mine. How can you not feel this anguish and grief right now? Miraya Divina. I can't stand by and be quiet. It's sad to me that so many on the spiritual path have bought into that idea of staying separate. Yes. Yes, you're holding space. Go hold space at a mall. Just be a rock and hold space and do that and anchor the light where it's needed the most. Speaking of malls, women, we could end this so much. As somebody who's been in marketing for decades, we know that we market primarily to the women. We make the buying choices. We buy most of the stuff. And if we don't buy the stuff, we influence most of the buying decisions in the home. This holiday could send a real massive message if everybody together, all of the women, just decided to buy straight from the vendor, straight from Etsy, straight from makers, and not any of the big gulag. Like half of the income for the year is brought in by holiday shopping. We could do that. Did you see what happened in Iceland? Where 100,000 women shut that shit down? Spirit told me that's foreshadowing in the movie. Okay? A third of the population didn't go to work and brought their kids to witness. Right? There's distortion in many ideas running through the spiritual communities, and people don't recognize that it's diminishing their power, says Midaya. Agreed. Stand in your power. Know your power. And our power, what I was talking about, equinox, what I was shown, right, is cranked up, tuned in, clearer than it ever has been before. And so I'm saying, as part of my update for this upcoming portal, to anchor the light, to transmute, to get with your magic people, and especially the earth, Gaia is saying, jack into me, jack into the motherboard, come together, create a container for Divine Mother. I always say this joke. People think it's getting old with mine, but like, hold my earrings. Actually, I don't have earrings on right now. I'm wearing the teardrops with the turquoise that I got at the grandmother event. The tears, your tears are so powerful. It's turquoise, healing the heart. Use your tears, use your blood, use your fire, use everything you have right now. I read a comment on somebody's thing that was like about all of the war, and somebody said, "Oh, these spiritual contracts that these people have, the contracts, I'm holding space for these contracts." What if your contract is to help and do something? What if that's the contract? I've been in that position years ago when everything fell apart. It was the regular family, regular everyday Joes, people in my 12 step who help. People literally in the spiritual community look the other way. Like you brought this on yourself. You've attracted this. It's a collective consciousness. We've all attracted this. Look at our leaders. They are cartoon projections of our shadow on both sides, on all sides. There's not just two sides, right? Whether it's Biden or it's Trump or whatever, it is a cartoon projection of all our crap. And I was advised at the beginning, I'm like, what do you want me to do? I always tune in. What do you want me to do? What's the best, highest use of me, my gifts, my tribe, my whatever I can do? What do you want me to do right now? How can I serve divine? How can I serve my human family? How can I serve this situation? And the first thing that came in was immediate, end the war within. And a lot of people are talking about that, right? End the war within. And I immediately, it's like, I'm fighting with me, right? Because it's usually just me against me, higher self, ego self. And I was immediately kind of defensive, like, oh, I've done a lot of work on it. I'm good. I'm at peace. I'm in 0 point. Brr, brr, brr. And I was getting, really? How's that inner voice? How's that inner criticism? How's that going? And I'm like, okay, maybe there's some residual. Beat myself up, things like this, different things. What do I do? Do I do it? I suck because I'm not doing it. Stop. And I was being guided to reprogram. I kept coming in. They kept showing me. You reprogram different things. You reprogram all kinds of systems, grid stuff. Reprogram this. Use the tools that are available. There's a million people out there, Joe Dispenza or whatever modality, hypnosis. I went in, I did it all. Affirmations, everything. I spent weeks digging out some dirt that was still stuck in the bottom of the jar. And it worked. And then my guidance was good. Now you're centered. Now you're clear. Now do what you're doing. And I'm doing a lot of different things. That is my mission when it came here. But you're going to see many people that you have never heard or seen before standing up, standing in their power, awakening full on and bringing it, who we weren't ready for yet. And I said on my little crew thing, like I've kept it probably like a 3 to a 5. And this is why 1 dropped in. It was a walk-in of the rest of me, all my multidimensional parts. And it was a symbolic and avatar for what we are all dying and rebirthing. And what we are all calling in when we say 1, call in all of yourself, all of your parts. We can access any skills, knowledge, anything. become one with yourself, one with source, one with divine. There is nothing we can't do together. And the women, us life givers, us who keep the churches running, the school socials, all of it. If we can cross borders and cross culture and cross colors and cross creeds, all of it, and unite, that we don't have to all unite and hold hands. It's already happening. That we're done. Yeah, I got a message in Delphi. We are waking up the stars, says Cheryl. Yes, and Miraya Divina, grateful for my years of working in the labor movement that helped me learn about activism and the power of coming together collectively. Yes. Now pair that with our magic. Pair that with what we're putting out in the media. Pair that with symbolism and music and everything. Yes, we want to hold peace. We want to hold a peaceful space. We want to anchor. We want to ground, but we also want to be active. Faith without works is useless, is dead, right? So 12:12. I just want to rant. See, somebody left me freaking unsupervised on a microphone. I did a healing on Shasta some time ago with another soul sister who's originated from that land. We zone program healing and deep trauma of non-speaking up. Hannah, thank you. Yeah, I want to talk about Shasta. Actually, Shasta fam, where are you at? I'm like, I'm not there right now. I'm going there, back there, because we are HQing the mother at the root chakra, the mother, the temple, and the headquarters for what we're building. And we have space and a place that we're going to that is going to be the HQ that is unbelievable. Big earth magic going to happen there. Big sound stuff, healing, teaching, birthing, deathing. All of this wants to be there at that root chakra. But I've been watching in all of the community groups and Telegram and all of the events and all of the things that they do. Maui, oh, there was prayer circles and fundraisers. We love rainbows and the nice Hawaiian people, and we love the palm trees and the beautiful scenes in Lemuria. Not a freaking peep I haven't seen. I haven't seen a prayer for peace circle about it. I haven't seen anything but ecstatic dance and sound bowls. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something that went on. But if I were there, I'd be holding that shit on the most magnetic spot on the planet. Come on. Call it in. Take your shirts off. Dance around the fire. Throw your blood in there. What the beep? Let's go. Not talking about it is not putting energy on it. Hannah, oh, you're in Turkey. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm not here to shame anyone. I had to get right. I had to go within and do my stuff behind the scenes, but I'm also connecting with and being connected with, like they're falling in my lap, these unbelievable women who are stewarding lands and who know what they're doing and who are earth technologists and priestess and stone circles and Mother Mary and like, wow. All around, and they got the call from the mother. They all did. They all acknowledge it, and they all know, and we're all uniting. I'm also connecting with a lot of people who aren't on Facebook, who aren't on Instagram, and want no part of it, who are in the real world, on the ground, wings on the ground, in legislation, in big media, in new technology to help the climate. These are the people that are coming together now. And I came together in a salon on Sunday with the most incredible group of people. Unreal. Like couple seats from Richard Rohr. Okay. Like that level of gathering is happening. And it just like when I went through a lot of my crap and what I'm seeing on the field, which I'm always watching, it's the regular everyday Joes and Janes and moms and dads bringing it, doing the work, speaking out, or helping, or going to Senator's office. Look at Code Pink. Look at what they're doing. I was shown them a decade ago. Code Pink. Look it up if you don't know. You don't want to be political? There's a certain activism that does work. We are building new systems that will make the old obsolete, and we don't even have to make the old obsolete. It's going obsolete by itself, but it does need some little push on the house of cards sometimes. And speaking gives permission for others who are feeling the same. They're like, maybe I'm buying this line that if I participate, I'm contributing. No, you're not. You're contributing your beautiful energy, your power to share what's going on. Like, none of this is acceptable. None of this is acceptable. What did I hear the other day in the Congo? 50 women raped every hour? Was that it? I'm sorry, am I supposed to say sexually assaulted? Is that the proper word that's a little tamer that won't, or unalived? Are we supposed to say that so we don't get sent? What is it? I can't even keep track of the bullshit. The children are stepping up and less tolerant of the BS we tolerated. Yes. As I always say, look at who's oppressed, and you will find those who are the most powerful. The children, the women, the elders, the people of color. Why would they be oppressed and enslaved and bought and sold and kept their power down? African women, they kill children in front of the other children and the mothers, regular like. Had a really good conversation with somebody I know that has an institution, not an institution, a charity that helps in the Congo. And what happens there, she explained in vivid detail. For the purposes of trauma, to create trauma at a young age or create trauma in the women so that they are disempowered and in too much trauma to do anything. So, ending the war within, doing whatever we can to help, giving whatever we can. It pisses me off that we're being asked to pay for this and asked to pay for cleaning it up in donations. But we can speak out. We can be spiritual and active. But this isn't a blame shame game. I know many of you are, and thank you. And I am doing my best to do whatever I'm being guided to do. And one of those things is big earth magic and getting together with others in big group alchemy. And I'm going to put up an event. Valerie and I talked about it, that you can participate on your own, just like the 8 days of water prayer I posted, if anybody saw that or saw it going around, where you can participate in your own space, in your own place, with your own crew, or just by yourself in anchoring earth magic at the time that we're going to be out in Taos, which will be 12 o'clock here with 12 women. I'm in Santa Fe, but it's going to be in Taos, and linking together I am with other people in other places around the globe. And I'm going to post that as an event. If anybody wants to join in, Varushka, who's on the Mothership, is going to be holding a Zoom container from Mount Shasta to hold that space. If anybody wants to tether in their node with Mount Shasta that way, or if you just want to do it consciously, connecting in together with everyone and Gaia and Mother and bringing it. Woo, woo, woo. That is powerful. That is doing something, and doing something on the ground, even if it's just comforting someone, feeding someone, whatever it is, make it active. Sacred activism, right? Earth light warrior time. And I know a lot of people don't like the word warrior, but I tell you what, I get that in. I get that in from Archangel Michael. He'll give me like very military like directions, new factions coming online. I get those metaphors because this is an operation. The Light family, this whole ascension timeline is going down with military-like precision, even if it doesn't look like it. Waves of wake up, new factions, new places, people in certain places in grid spots, all connecting at the same time and all like the background. It is going down. And I invite you, if you're not already, be a part of it. If you'd like to connect in with us and Mount Shasta and Taos and everything at the same time on 12/12, that will be 12 o'clock Mountain Time. It's Mountain Time. Connect with a mountain near you because they're also very powerful. It doesn't have to be Shasta, whatever. Connect with water near you, even if it's a glass in your hands. Connect with the elements. Gaia is waiting and calling and assisting us. The trees, hang onto a tree, like send it up. We are here, Beatron. We are here to help at Father's command. Yes, and I'll add Mother too. Father's here. The masculine is dropping in. Thank you for saying that, because that's a big piece of what my guidance and my team and my feeling has been, or what I'm working on, healing inner masculine issues, right? It's rampant in the spiritual community, which is too feminine. Even though you say like not the divine feminine here, but there are two feminine parts where this is all on time and in its place. But the structure, the accountability, being on time, keeping your word, the structure for your systems in your business and the tools and the accountability and all of that support strength, the finances, dealing with that. How many of us in the spiritual community have gotten in like real trouble? Good, like, I can't deal with that crap, Hire for your weakness. Have somebody teach, like I'm taking courses. I just set up all the QuickBooks stuff with guideds, like all this stuff that I had avoided or wasn't ready to put in place, but it's all very masculine. And I know when the masculine, the father voice comes in, because I'm on the phone with mom all the time, but I have very much had dad on the phone recently because the divine masculine is here to back up the feminine and the mother and the family and the children working together so that we bring our intuition, we bring our power, we bring that thing, that mystery that you can't even measure in the dark matter, dark mother, and the father backing it up. No stopping. So this is the year of masculine rising and healing, facing their shadows. And it's 8 for the feminine to hold space and support as we have already risen. Renee, I'm about to log off here, but no, Valerie is not coming on because she is sick. She woke up this morning vomitous, and she and I actually have had a lot of experiences where I'm laid out and she's out doing something huge, or she's laid out and I'm out doing something else. We use each other's bandwidth, right? Not just she and I. We do that all the time. This is some of the stuff I teach. Like we together, like a quad core computer, but like more massive, what computing power we can do together. And then also I've noticed the pattern in my mothership where there are certain people that seem to be like more space holders or whatever. When stuff is jacking up, they're like hunkered down and they can't move and they're like in bed for a day or two. It all is working together, even if we're not conscious of it. So yes, may she heal as quick as possible. I think she's okay. She just woke up really, really nauseous and could not do it. So maybe she's on. Hey, Valerie, if you are, or if you watch this later, yeah, gastric bug and cold. Cheryl says, let me see. I wrote a couple of things. I think I'm about done. I kind of ran it on. I don't know, but this has happened to me twice this week where I had to run a meeting where I thought somebody else was going to be speaking, and I've been behind the scenes more doing things with people in person and on the ground, as I said, and doing the architecture and my masculine work and my inner work and all of this stuff. But it was getting ready for what's next. So get ready for what's next. But we are all going to be needed, even if that is the creation of your programs, of your show, like whatever you've been envisioning for 2024, it is bring it time. And that's why they've had me creating the container that will help and support getting it out there, all of our people's stuff, because we are going to need big waves of healing, awakening, of help, of whatever you're bringing with what your hero's journey has taken you on. Well, there's mental health, addiction, trauma recovery, death doula, birth doula, all of these things. They're going to be needed so much. So many of you are hurting, I know, in the spiritual community financially, because you've given up doing a lot of other things because you're called and you can't stop doing what you're supposed to be doing, but you're like, yikes, right? Especially with what's happening with the cost of everything. Stand like the message that came through to me is that it is going to require us to get together in community and support each other. You don't have a car, you got an extra one sitting in the driveway, give it. You got extra food, you ain't got enough, give it. Give. Share, share, share. Share resources. Stop everybody having a lawnmower or a snowblower when one person on the block can have it and take turns, or y'all pitch in, whatever it is, that we would need each other. And it's part of the plan. It's part of the design that we cannot cross this bridge by ourselves anymore. Some of what I've manifested for the HQ came through, and the message that came through with me was the vision that I had before with another property, and everything didn't happen. And they said, you know what was wrong with that plan? You were thinking about how you were going to do it yourself, or most of it yourself. We're not doing things ourselves anymore. We're doing them together, and we can get along. And the way to do it is everybody just use their core competency and their power and their skills and everything, but to do it together, or we're going to get nowhere. It's going to be treading water or sinking, especially in the waters that are coming. So yeah, we can't be separate. Literally coming together for food, growing stuff, animals. People are trying to grow their own food and do that stuff, but it's a lot of work. I've been here by myself, and I'm so looking forward to living with the couple of people and at the HQ that I'm going to be living with, because I'm cooking meals and it's the same amount of pans. The only thing would be extra plate and fork. It's the same amount of cleanup. It's the same amount of cooking time. It's stupid and exhausting. So many hands make a lighter load. I don't even know what all I went into. Witness all of it. Really, really family of light, blue flame Melchizedeks, Christos Templars, children of the sun, the Essenes, all of it is all of us. And we're all back to finish the game board. And yes, it's going to go on for years. Yes, it's going to be unfolding for years, but this time is such a pivotal, major shoot that we can go through. And I celebrated 11 years no alcohol, sober from alcohol, on the 29th of November. Yay me. But I listened to guidance at that time who told me, do not go through the 12-12-12 portal with that in your hand. It's keeping your vibration low. You're not going to get on the next train. It's got to go. And I did it. And now each one, there are certain things we could chuck out, but think of it as a like big house vacuum that you can sweep out a lot of stuff, and that we can create together more powerfully, and anchoring in and working with Gaia to do this at this time. But this is another one going into 2024. Where are you going to land? And one of the like bazillion timelines that's available to you. Let's collectively really move some furniture. That's all I'm going to say. Shakti. Shakti. Yay. Hopefully, I'll be seeing you soon. Also, part of the ship. We're going to sail. Find your ship. Find your people. Find your circle. Amp it up. Sweep out the crap. Cry. Feel it. Do it all. Somebody said, but not the children of the corn. That's funny. I like you. I don't know who it is, but that's some killer humor right there. I like it a lot. All right. I'm going to close it out. I'm going to shut up now. I just want to end this as we began it and close the container. I want to thank you all for joining me, for being here, for doing whatever it is you're doing. Just do something. We are so assisted in ways and a clearer signal that I personally have ever witnessed or felt. It's so much faster. We have so much more wind beneath the wings. I was shown equinox that we had pushed that boulder to the top and now gravity is on our side. So let's use it to get some momentum here. So I invite you, if you want to tether in, I'll post an event for 12/12 Earth Magic and prayer as we gather in Taos, and Valerie will be gathering with me, Kimber Paella, and some other people you don't know, and tying in with other people in other spots, Greece, all over the place. And that's very powerful. So if you want to jump in and get that rolling, Mother, Father, God, thank you. Guides, thank you. Elementals, thank you. Thank you for the little rose quartz, tiny stone message this morning, right before this broadcast. And then Valerie couldn't come. Thank you for bringing messages and words through me and others to help and heal and activate. We are here and we hear you. Let us use this container with just a few people that are on right now or whoever's watching after to hold just a quick moment of silence for everyone on every side who is suffering, for truth to prevail, for justice to prevail, for life to prevail. For peace. Thank you. Aho. Amen. Let's go. Over and out. One Divine at your service. End the stream if I can find the button.